Hello, my name is Joel, and I decided to be a bit more random and satirical and embrace the madness of the internet. So, there is this podcast called The Dick Show. There is this creator called Vito, and there is this other creator called Eric July, who made a really popular comic and YouTube commentary. So there's a little beef between them. One is a boisterous gangbanger, and the other one is a silly online comedian with a podcast. And I reviewed the comic unfavorably, and there was some stupid lawsuit involved where, it seems that ISOM is also registered by a ministry for a good shepherd or whatnot. It means it is a train preachers and clergymen and whatever, what the hell not. I haven't really looked too much into what they do. But essentially they are a religious organization that trains people to preach. Eric July made a ripoverse and have a comic about a character called Isom, where the character is vaguely religious thematical hero, a strong guy who beats up people. Yeah, the plot needs a bit more refinement. But he made a couple of millions on this thing, right? Awesome, because he already had a user base. And then he bought a warehouse. And he's very proud of the warehouse, even though it's probably a bit, I would call it a bit of waste of resources. Hey, I'm not the one with the money. And so naturally, being a boisterous gangster, he doesn't really handle. It's very easy to handle criticism badly. Just like the stories, the people, the creator Eric himself, comment on due to political shenanigans in America. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. Oh yeah, also apparently he has hairy shoulders. And somebody made a joke about sneaking into the warehouse and shaving his shoulder. Also, Manscaped is a company that makes a decent shaver. That's meant to really shave your balls. But shaving the balls is a slow and tedious process, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend it too often. Actually, probably around the shaft though, but anyways, because the hair grows long. But anyways, the thing is, I decided to be a bit satirical because the whole situation is so stupid. The Dick has gone on the record to say that he did not call the ministry, the Good Shepherd ministry, about this comic infringing on their copyright. But internet being what it is, It's a lot of people breathing down each other's neck and coming up with stupid excuses and drama. And while it's entertaining, a bit like a soap that never ends, a lot of the time it is just stupid more than anything else. But I gobble up that shit like a fly in a with a coke paddy, I suppose, at times. So why not just make a satirical post while I'm saying, July, you're a bit of a tool overreacting. And Vito did nothing wrong. Dick Masterson did nothing wrong. But I still find the image of this slightly overweight dude on the internet wanting to sneak into a warehouse and shaving hairy shoulders. Just funny enough to make a drawing of it. Yeah, you know, need to start satirizing and being a bit more topical, after all. Also, besides, characters is fun practice. Instead of, you know, tracing a picture or rotoscoping, you take it and go. Draw by hand. You find a picture and you draw by hand and highlight the features which this person unfortunately has very little of. Talk about a baby face and the fact that Vito Gisvaldi has very little defining features other than thick black rimmed glasses. And I don't know anything about the warehouse of Eric July and the Rippaverse. And from the criticism he got from the comic is essentially the comic itself is kind of mediocre, or rather not mediocre, but it's suffers from being the first draft. Never made a comic before. But he made money because he's popular and he has a following. So naturally, people will buy it regardless. The only issue, though, when you have such a following, is that you get fanatics. And the thing with fanatical people is that they. You say something they disagree with, and they get really, 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 really angry, mad, disgruntled, and insane. Regardless of where in the world I live, who they are. Be it Star Wars or religion, really. It's a terrible state of being in so many ways. So, what is your reaction if I said that Chewbacca is the best Starfleet captain of the Enterprise? He was really good in season 4. If you have a negative reaction, you are probably a bit fanatical and way too much into Star Trek or Star Wars. And you should probably tone it down. If you don't have a very violent reaction to it. You don't feel that anger, you want to go correct a mistake. And you have nothing to worry about. And yes, I am not sponsored by Manscaped. Even though I totally have a Manscaped shaving lawnmower. It's the only most annoying thing is that you can't really adjust the length of it. But I found it really. I usually just use it to trim facial hair before going over with a classical straight razor. Okay, so now that we have the foundation here. Need a bit more maniacal. Gonna go satirical, right? I need to go a bit more expressive. Yeah, it's not exactly Bob Ross now, is it? But as for hiring an entire warehouse, wouldn't it be cheaper to, just rent some containers or something at the by a storage facility? Right, so we would just add some more pointless details here. Not pointless, but a bit more levity to it all. Aha! Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Yes. There we go. It doesn't have to be overly complicated. Could probably refine it a bit more, but eh. That requires a bit more effort than I want to put into a silly beef between online personalities and gravely misunderstanding a situation. Like, follow, subscribe on social media. Links down below.